Good evening. I'm Jay Michaels. Edgar Allan Poe's wife died an untimely death of tuberculosis, a common ailment in the late Victorian era, the late 1800s. Unfortunately, she needn't have died, except for the fact that Poe, a drug-addled alcoholic, spent all his money on drinking and drugs and left nothing to pay for her medicines. This sent him into a deep, lifelong depression that showed in his works. Works so dark, macabre, depressive, and guilt-ridden that their claustrophobic darkness still lingers today. The Raven, The Tomb of Ligeia, The Pit and the Pendulum, and this evening's fare. This particular piece, in one chilling way, bears a timely message to us all. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please bear witness to the Masque of the Red Death.
This is the story of the Masque of the Red Death.
The Red Death had long devastated the country. No plague had ever been so fatal or so hideous. It traveled as blood, and blood was its calling card. It was said to give sharp pains, dizziness, and profuse bleeding from the pores, bringing the end of the victim.
When the Red Death takes hold, there is no stopping it. Within half an hour, its job is done.
Oh, welcome one and all to my palace, the palace of Prince Prospero. We have food to last a year, drink to last for two, and entertainment of which you will never tire. I care not of this Red Death. I care not that half the townfolk have surrendered to its fatal embrace. I have called you all to my presence, 1,000 healthy and happy friends. Among you are knights and dames, and we all will retire to the deep seclusion of this castellated palace.
This is quite a magnificent palace you have here, Prince Prospero.
Yes, it is, isn't it? I designed it myself, don't you know? It has many rooms, each a reflection of a different part of my personality. It is majestic, imposing, yet dignified, I feel. You. I was just saying how amazing my palace is.
Oh?
Yes, it is strong and tall with huge iron gates.
Yes, we know. We brought furnaces and huge hammers. You made us weld the bolts so that nothing and nobody could get in or out, no matter how sudden our impulse of anguish or rage.
So I did. Well, we have enough food and wine to see us through this horrid plague. Those beyond my walls will no doubt fend for themselves. It is folly for us to pay sympathy or mind to them. There's nothing we can do but revel and see this disease out.
Indeed. So, where is this entertainment you promised?
We have fools, improvisation, ballet dancers, musicians, beauty, and wine. Hit it.
When you came in, the air went out. And every shadow filled up with doubt. I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through, I'm gonna do bad things with you. I'm the kind to sit up in the room eyes filled up with blue. I don't know what you've done to me, but I know this much is true. I'm gonna do bad things with you. And you came and there with us. And every shadow filled up with doubt. I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through, I do bad things with you and you. Woo. I'm gonna do bad things with you. I'm gonna do real bad things with you.
That's tremendous. Bad things. Within, there is only decadence. Without, the Red Death. How long has this merriment lasted? 5, 6 months?
Nearer 7, I'd say. This is a fabulous party.
And now, friends and revelers, the pièce de résistance, a masquerade ball. The ball shall take place amongst 7 rooms. Only one shall you see at any time, as they are far spaced and irregular. A window of stained glass dictates the color of each. As you can see, this is the blue room. The second purple with its ornaments and tapestries. The third green. The fourth lighted in orange. The fifth white. The sixth violet. The seventh black. It is shrouded in black velvet tapestries which hang on the ceiling and down the walls. The carpets just as such, but in this chamber only. The color of the stained glass does not reflect the color of the furnishings. Its glass is scarlet, a deep blood color. Because the braziers in the corridor beyond cast shapes around the room so ghastly in the extreme and produce so wild a look upon the faces of those who enter, none of my guests were so bold to set foot within this black chamber. On the western wall, there is a gigantic clock of ebony. Its pendulum can be heard swinging, dull, heavy, monotonous. When the hour strikes,
the sound is so clear and deep and musical, but so peculiar that the musicians in the blue room pause momentarily. The waltzers cease, and there is a brief unnerving of the guests. As that clock chimes, the brightest grow pale, and the aged take their hands to their foreheads in confusion and meditation. But as the echoes cease, the laughter returns. The music begins once more, and each whispers that when that next clock chimes, it will not hold them in similar emotion. Yet, when again that clock chimes, so returns the same disconcert and tremulousness and meditation as before. Among the crowd move the anonymous faces, hidden behind the grotesque and maddened masks.
there is much of the beautiful, the bizarre, the terrible, and that which would have excited and disgusted. Laughter and revelry return, but will it again be silenced by the chiming of the clock in the black chamber? An hour hence, and once more the chiming began, the chiming of midnight. All 6 rooms were filled with revelers, but the last, the black room, contained none. And as the clock struck, a presence was felt among us, a presence that none of us had noticed before. Rumor passed by whispers around the castle, and there arose at length a buzz, a murmur of surprise, and then finally, terror, of horror, of disgust.
Nobody of ordinary appearance could have caused such a stir among the guests. This guest has pushed the boundary of what this night is about. Even the hearts of the reckless have been shaken, and even those who are utterly lost, to whom life and death are equally humorous. This is a matter in which even they cannot find humor.
It is felt by all present that this figure bears neither wit nor propriety with his gaunt and deadly appearance. Had he come? Had he assumed the robes and persona of the Red Death?
He has, indeed, assumed the appearance of the Red Death. His robes daubed in blood, and even his mask sprinkled with the scarlet horror.
When the eyes of Prince Prospero fell upon that spectral image, he was gripped by convulsions. In the first instance, with a strong shudder of terror, but the next his brow reddened with rage.
Who dares? Who dares insult us with this mockery? Seize him, unmask him, that we may know whom we must hang at sunrise from the battlements.
No attempt was made to arrest the figure as he fixed the prince with his deadly stare.
Unhand me, stranger, before you perish at my hand. No!
Prince lay dead, and summoning the wild courage of despair, the throng of revelers threw themselves into the black apartment and grabbed at the figure, robes, mask, and all. The figure, who stood tall within the shadow of the ebony clock, forced those around him to gasp in unutterable horror as they removed the disguise to find no tangible form beneath.
And now was acknowledged the presence of the Red Death. He had come like a thief in the night, and one by one dropped the revelers in the blood-stained halls of their revel. They died each in the despairing posture of his fall. And the life of the ebony clock expired with the last of the revelers, and the flames of the braziers went out, and darkness and decay, and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all.